Oh, good. Okay. Right. So, children, we'll get started with the lesson. So, children, we'll start with question one. Who can tell me the answer to the first question? So, the first question was we have a Venn diagram with sets A and B, and we had a shaded region, right? This was our shaded region in the diagram. What is this shaded region in set notation, children? So, can you tell me what it is? How many of you did this question? Okay, so Praveen Putta has sent me an answer and his answer is correct. What about the others? Senesh also has sent me the correct answer. What about the others, children? Sanuda's answer is also right. Very good. Who else? Children, who can unmute their mic and tell us the answer? Okay, so Kavindu Putta has also sent me an answer. All right. Okay, so Kavindu Putta, your answer is not exactly correct. There is a small mistake. Children, who can unmute their mic and tell me the answer?
A union B.
Very good, Putta. Right? Very good. A union B is the answer. Right? Very good. So, children, if you got this answer, right, your answer is correct. Okay? So, the reason it's A union B is, what does A union B mean, children? It means everything in A and also everything in B. Okay? So, make sure that that is the answer. So, children, imagine you get something like this. Say you get A union with not B. If you mean A union with, because I got this answer as well from one of our students. So children, when they say A union with not B, that means everything in A with everything that is not in B. Okay, so that is not this region, children. That's a different region. Okay, so remember this region is A union B. Okay, so children, is this clear? Any questions about this one before we move on? So this question was quite straightforward. Right, if you have any questions, send them my way and I will answer them. We'll go on to the second question. All right, so children, here we have an interesting question. So let me draw another Venn diagram for this one. So this is girls and this is science stream. I'll just write science. Okay, then we have X, 12, Y, and 7, and this is the universal set. Okay, so children, I'll read the question. It says 24 students in a certain mixed school are qualified to enroll in the National College of Education, where they can follow the mathematics stream or the science stream. Okay, out of these 24 students, 10 are boys. Okay, so there are 24 students in a mixed school. That means girls and boys together, right? And they can follow either mathematics or they can follow science. And out of them, out of these 24, there are 10 boys. That means how many girls? There are 14 girls. Okay, right. So children, the first question is, what are the values of X and Y? So children, what did you get for your X and Y values? What are the answers, children? Send me your answers. What are your X and Y values? Let's see what you got. Children, now I want all of you all to send me your answers. Right? Okay, so Sanuda has sent me his answers. All right. Sandali sent me her. Okay, very good, very good. What about the others? Okay, so Anuja says X is 2. What about Y, Anuja? Y is 15. Okay, all right. So Anuja says that X is 2 and Y is 15. Any other answers from our children?
Y is 3.
Y is not 15, Y is 3.
Okay, so I think another Puta said that Y is 3 and then Anuja also changed his answer. I think he made a mistake. Yeah. Okay, so children, let's have a look. So now we already know that there are 14 girls. right? We know there are 10 boys and 14 girls, correct? So out of the 14 girls, there are 12 who do science. Okay, so that means x has to be, so that means children, x plus 12 has to be 14. All of the, because all of the girls are inside this circle, right? So that means x is going to be 14 take away 12, which is 2. 2 is the answer. Good. All right. So your answer for x is 2. So I think all of the students answered x equals 2. Very good, children. Right? Then let's go to y. How do we find y? Now we know that this is the number of boys, right? The number of boys is 10. So we know that everyone outside the circle of girls has to be boys. What is outside the circle of girls? We have y and we have 7. So y plus 7 should equal to 10 because there are 10 boys in total. So that means y would be equal to 10 minus 7 and therefore equal to 3. Good, children, right? Yes, so I have a question from one child, says that she doesn't understand. Yes, so I will explain again. Right, so what's happening is, now it says that there are 24 students in a mixed school, Putha, right? And they can follow either maths or they can follow science, right? And out of the 24 students, 10 are boys. Okay, now when they say 10 are boys, we know that the other 14 have to be girls, right? So let's write that down. So out of 24 students, 10 are boys. That means the other 14 has to be girls. That's clear. So now, children, if 14 are girls, all the girls have to be inside the circle for girls, isn't it? All of the girls have to be inside this circle, because this first circle is girls, the second circle is science, right? So all of the girls have to fit into the circle in the Venn diagram for girls. So you can see in this circle we have x and we have 12. So that means x and 12 together should be 14 girls together, right? So that means x is going to be 2 because 2 plus 12 is 14 girls. Is that clear now? So let me know whether that first part is clear, right? So then moving on to the second part, right? For y, we know that everything outside this circle has to be boys, because only the girls are inside the circle, the boys are outside this circle of girls. So what are the numbers outside the circle? We have y and we have 7. That means y plus 7 should be 10 because there are 10 boys, right? So that means y should be 3 because 3 plus 7 is 10. Putha, let me know whether you understood that. Putha, quickly, because we don't have time. We have to go on, right? Okay, all right. Very good. Right, so children, now that is the first part. Okay. Part B says, find the number of boys who enrolled for the mathematics stream. Children, give me this answer. How many enrolled for mathematics? Okay, right. Everyone is saying how many boys who enroll for mathematics. So all of the answers are giving me 7, right? Except one answer. So children, 7 is correct. It is the answer. Yes, okay. So the person who said 9 also corrected it to 7 just now. Very good, children. So 7 is the correct answer. Why is that? Because, right, so he has said, sorry, it has to be 7 in capitals. So I think he just realized it. Okay, he got confused with women apparently. No problem. Okay, so children, it has to be 7 because inside this circle is all of the science children. So all of the mathematics children are outside this circle, right? So there are 2 numbers outside this circle. What do we know? This is outside the circle and this is also outside the circle. But we know that this is the number of girls who do mathematics. So therefore, this is the number of boys who do mathematics. So the answer is 7. Very good, children. Right? So you all got that answer. So can I see a show of hands? How many of you got 7? Children, raise your hands. Good, 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 good. Excellent, excellent. So more than the number of people who did the homework got 7. How is that possible? Maybe new children have joined. Because earlier I think 11 children did the homework. Now 14 children said they got 7. How is that? How is that possible, children? Right? Okay. Okay, good, good. So that means a lot of children have done the homework. I'm very happy. Okay. So children, then let's move on to the next part. So Dilani, teacher, are you with us?
Yes, my camera, I have a problem with the camera.
Is that so? That's okay. That's okay.
Yes.
Glad to have you anyway. All right. Okay, so children, we'll go to part C. It says find the total number of students who enrolled for the science stream. So children, can I have that answer?
Sir, 15.
Yes, Anuja. 15. Yes. So everyone else is also saying 15. Very good, children. Very good. I'm very happy. Excellent. The answer is 15. Why? Why is it 15? Because everyone inside this circle for science, the shaded circle, the yellow color circle that I have shaded here, all the science students are here. So girls and boys both, right? So we know that Y is 3. So 3 plus 12 gives us 15 students who enrolled for science. Excellent. Very good. Right? Okay, let's go to part D. Now this one says copy the Venn diagram above, naming the two sets as boys and mathematics stream and insert the number of students belonging to each region. Okay, here's what we'll do. I'll draw the Venn diagram and you have to tell me what to fill in. Okay, so here's the Venn diagram. So let's say that this is boys. Let's move this here. So this one is boys. And this one is mathematics. Okay. Right. So Senesh has already sent me his answers. Okay.
Sir, boys side 3.
Uh-huh.
Mathematics stream 2. And the intermediate side middle part is 7, sir.
Yes, that is correct. Right. So children, how you should say that is, Sandalidu, I think, has sent me the answer. No, sorry, Sanudaputa. Sanudaputa has sent me the answer exactly correctly. He has worded it properly. He has said boys only is 3. That is excellent, right? So boys only is going to be 3, right? What is the reason? So this is the boys who don't do maths, children. Remember, boys who don't do maths go in here, right? So the number of boys who don't do math is 3. All right, because that's the number of boys who do science, right? The number of boys who do science is 3. So that goes here. And then he says that maths only is 2. Okay. So again, this is the number of girls who do maths. Okay. So that is maths only. So the number of girls who do maths should go in here because the boys would go in the middle. So the number of boys who do math goes in the middle and that is 7, right? So children, have we completed this question? Very good. Very good. So 2 of you caught that. We have not finished the question. Very good. Right. So we didn't insert the number of girls who do science. That is right. So the number of girls who do science is 12. They go outside both circles because one circle is boys and the other circle is maths. So the girls who do science should go outside both circles. So therefore, we have 12 over here. That is the answer. Very good, children. Right? So children, how many of you got the Venn diagram correct? Show me with your hands. Right. Good. Okay, we have 8 children. Very good. And Anuja, so that's 9. Right? Good, good, good. Very good, children. Right. Okay. Okay. So Vandu says she made a small mistake. That's okay, right? So hopefully most of it is correct. Right? Then let's go to part E. Shade the subset which represents the girls enrolled in the mathematics stream. So children, what is the subset of girls enrolled in mathematics? Who can tell me?
Part
Yes,
maths,
Anuj.
the part maths only without 7.
Very good. Yes. So Sandali also says the part with 2. Maths only. All these are correct answers. Very good, children. So the answer is the girls who do maths is this region here. Right? It's this region here because it should be outside the circle for boys, but it should be inside the circle for maths. Right? Remember, girls who do mathematics is outside the circle for boys, but inside the circle for maths. So that is this half moon shape. Right? That is the answer. Good, good, good. Okay, very good. So children, any questions about question 2, you can ask me now before we go to question 3. Right? So I hope everyone understood this clearly. Okay. Right. So I'll go to question 3. If you have anything, ask me. I'll come back and explain. Right. So let's go to question 3. So children, we have another Venn diagram. It's a bit of a different Venn diagram, isn't it? So we have set A and we have set B. Okay. Children, we'll start with the smallest set. Where should the numbers, how do I fill each set? Tell me. What goes into set B?
Sir,
Right.
number 2, sir. 2
The number
only.
2. That is correct. The number 2. So I'm getting some replies here as well. Very good, children. So it should be just the number 2. Right? Because B only contains 2, nothing else. What about inside A but outside B?
Sir, 3, 5 and 7.
3, 5 and 7 is correct, children. Very good. So all of you have got the answer, I think, right? 3, 5 and 7, right? Because remember, A contains 2 as well, but that is also inside B, so we write it inside B, right? It's a subset. But on the other hand, we have 3, 5 and 7 outside B but inside A. Then children, what about the other numbers which come outside of A? What are the numbers?
Sir, 1, 4, 8 and 10.
1, 4, 8 and 10. What about the other numbers, Anuja? So I think, yes, we have 6. What else? There's another number.
Sir, those all
9.
included
9.
outside.
Yes, so there's 9. Right? So these are all the numbers that are left out which didn't go into B or A. So this is the correct answer. Yes, right. Very good. Very good. Very good, children. Okay. So that is the answer. Then children, they are asking us, what is A intersection B? Children, can I have the answer? What is A intersection B?
Sir, 2,
Okay.
sir. Number 2.
That is correct, children. So it's the single element 2. When you answer this question, you have to put it in a curly bracket, right? Children, did you put it in a curly bracket? Children, did you put it in a curly bracket or not? The elements should be written inside a curly bracket, children, because they're asking for the set, right? When you're giving a set, it has to be inside a curly bracket, right? Okay, good. So children, remember that, right? So the reason I'm pointing this out now, it's okay if you make a mistake now rather than making it in the exam. So make this clear so that you don't make this mistake in the exam, right? So a set should be inside a curly bracket. Okay. Right. So I have some children who said that they forgot, right? So children, make sure that you remember, right? So now just make a mental note to always remember, if they ask for a set, you have to put in a curly bracket. Otherwise, you will lose marks, right? Then we have, so children, if you read the question, now I just read the question, it says write the elements of the following sets using the Venn diagram. So it says following sets. So if you're writing a set, children, you should have a curly bracket, isn't it? Right? Okay. Then A union B. What goes inside A union B, children? Right. So I have,
Sir, 2, 3, 5 and 7.
yes, that is correct. So all the others are also sending me the same answer, right? So inside a curly bracket, 2, 3, 5, and 7. Right, that is the answer to part 2. Okay, then it says shade the region A intersection B complement, making sure the numbers remain visible. Children, what is the region A intersection with B complement? Who can tell me the answer? Okay, so
Number 2 area.
sorry, Anujaputta?
Sir, the area with the number 2.
The area, okay, he says the area with the number 2. So Sanuda says A only, and Praveen says not shading the middle part. Right?
Yes, sir. Same thing. Without the middle part shading the other areas.
Okay, so that's not the number 2, Pudha. That is everything outside 2, inside A. Right? So Sanjali says the part with the numbers. Okay, all right. Without the middle. Okay, so children, remember A intersection, not B. Let's think about it. A is what? A is everything inside the circle A. Okay, A is everything inside the circle A. Not B means nothing inside the circle B. So if you're shading in everything inside the circle A but not anything in B, what is the region you would shade, children?
So only the whole part and the circle A.
So you would shade this region, children. It is the shape of a donut, isn't it? I was waiting for that word from one of you. Nobody said donut. It looks like a donut, yeah? Okay, so this is the shape that you should shade, right? Okay, good, children. So I think a lot of you had got the right answer. Very good. Right, okay. So let's go to part B. So part B is a whole different question. So let's discuss that as well. So it says that in a certain school, there are 45 students in grade 10. 30 of them are girls, 22 students come to school by bus, and 12 of these students are girls. I'll actually put this up on the screen so that you all can see it.
Sandun teacher, no one is going to explain the questions today?
I can't remember whether we asked anyone, but we can see if there's anyone who would like to.
Yes, children, if you are willing to do one question, like to explain.
Yes. So anyway, this is the last one. So is anyone willing to explain this question?
Yes, Anuja, you can go ahead.
Anuja, tell me what to do.
So want to draw the Venn diagram
Mm-hmm.
and
What are my circles going to be named, Anuja?
so I took a Venn diagram like the part A
Hmm?
in a whole set, and
Okay.
in the middle I represent 12 boys.
Wait. Did you in part A meaning as in part 3A?
Yes, sir. That whole circle we colored.
Uh-huh.
I took a one like that,
Uh-huh.
and then
Hmm.
the number of boys who do not come to school by bus, I
Okay.
represent in the middle, in the
Okay.
inner part,
Okay.
and then I represent the 22 students come to school by bus in the next one,
Uh-huh.
and 30 students in the next one who are girls, and the all 45 in the outside hall thing.
Okay. All right. Let's see. So he gave an interesting answer, right? So, children, the Venn diagram should look like this, the one that I have drawn on the screen, right? This is what the Venn diagram should look like. Okay, Anuja? Right? And we will mark one of these as girls, right? So we'll make this one girls, and this one the students who come to school by bus. Okay. So children, now we know that what can we put? We can first mark the middle, because we know that 22 students come to school by bus and 12 of these students are girls. That means this middle section should be girls. Girls who come to school by bus, that is 12. Right? So children, out of the 30 students, only 12 of them come to school by bus. That means how many others are there, children? There are 18 others, because 12 plus 18 is 30, right? So that means the other 18 girls, they don't come to school by bus. So we'll write them over here. Then children, now we know that out of the 22 students who come to school by bus, 12 are girls, right? Oh, where's the girls part? Right? So 12 are girls. That means children, if you subtract 12 from 22, you have 10 students who come to school by bus, and these are boys, right? So then children, yes, Anuja, was there something you want to ask?
No, sir.
Okay, so if you add all of these children, if you add 18 plus 12 plus 10, you end up with 40. That means children, there are 5 students who should go on the outside. So these are the boys who don't come to school by bus. So that's actually the answer to part 2 as well. They are asking, find the number of boys who do not come to school by bus. So remember children, all the girls are inside the girls circle. So everything outside the girls circle is boys. All of the people who come to school by bus are inside the bus circle. Everything outside the bus circle is people who don't come to school by bus. So if you're looking for the number of boys who don't come to school by bus, you're looking at outside both circles, right? So that means children, the shaded region should be this one. Let me shade the region for you. Right, so basically this region here, okay, and the number is 5. Okay, so the number of boys who do not come to school by bus is 5. Children, can you raise your hands and show me how many of you got it right? Only 3 of you got this answer. For part, okay, there's 6 students. Okay, right. Okay, so Praveen says he hasn't put 5. So Puta, you should put 5, because do you see the question says find the number of boys who do not come to school by bus, and then next they're saying use the Venn diagram to, actually they don't want you to shade it. It says use the Venn diagram to obtain your answer, right? So I misread that. Okay, so you don't have to shade it. You just have to use the Venn diagram to find 5. So I think what he's saying is that he forgot to put 5 on the outside. So you have to check that. You have to always check whether your total comes up to the total number of people, right? So don't make that mistake again. Right. So children, that is the end of the homework. Do you have any questions to ask before we go to today's lesson? Any questions, children? So you all can put your hands down.
Sir,
Yes.
can
Yeah.
you sir show me the slides backwards? I think I wanted to take a screenshot of a slide.
The previous one. Is it this one?
Yes, sir. Donut. Thank
Yeah.
you, sir.
Right. So children, does anyone else have any issues? Sir, what is 12? What does the number 12 represent? Okay, that's a good question. I'll get to that. Give me a second. Anuja, did you take a screenshot?
Yes, sir. Thank
Okay.
you, sir.
Right. So the 12 represents, now can you see 12 is exactly in between both circles, right? That means it falls into both categories. So 12 are the number of girls who come to school by bus, right? So remember, I'll explain all 4 of them. 12 is the number of girls who come to school by bus. 18 is the number of girls who don't come to school by bus. They come some other way. Maybe they use the bicycle, or they come in the car or something, right? But not by bus. 12 is the number of boys who come, 10 is the number of boys who come to school by bus, right? 10 is the number of boys who come to school by bus, and 5 is the number of boys who come to school from some other method, maybe a car or bicycle or something else.